Kumar, General Secretary Urban, and Sri Channabasappa sir, Joint Secretary Rural, and Sri S. Sankaran, Treasurer, and last not least, Sri Suresh A. Sagar, the panel chairman, Banking Finance of CASIA. Now, I would like to request Sattar sir to start the floor with a welcome note, followed by Sir K.B. Arsappa sir to discuss about the proceeds on this webinar. Sattar Ali sir, please.
Okay, thank you, Somekanta. Pleasure, to be connecting over webinar. Again, I welcome Mr. K.V. Arsappa, President CASIA, and distinguished members from entire Karnataka. On behalf of Axis Bank, I welcome you for this webinar. We also have along with us Mr. Rajendra, Kumar Babji, we have Dhiren, we have Akshay Goel, we have Rajiv, and we also have Sachin along with us. We are more than happy to connect. We would have rather more than happy to connect in a formal way in some hotel or in some rooms in your offices. But then, given the pandemic and situation in hand, we are more than happy to. It gives us an opportunity to conduct this through our offices at our own leisure. Great connecting. As a bank, we have been very happy to extend our services during this pandemic time, essential services, etc. All the branches have remained open. All the ATMs have remained functional. So to say the essential services we have been providing, we are more than proud to do that. I've had examples across Karnataka where people were enthusiastic to serve the client, serve the nation, so to say. As a bank, we are the third largest bank and are moving at a YOI of 20% growth year on year, a balance sheet size of 9,15,000 crores plus, a CAGR of 16% plus. We have a network of 4,800 branches across India, 17,000 plus ATMs. We are also present, so to say, 5,500 recyclers. We are present across 8 locations internationally as well. And not only that, we love serving in India, even across globe. We have 270 branches in Karnataka to assist you in your financial requirements. Today, as we assemble together, we in this city we try doing banking, providing financial services to the businessmen, industries, trade and forex. With that intent, we have assembled today to ensure we talk on a mutual beneficial relationship, how we can assist each other. We have along, as I said, Kendall Long will be talking on SBB, trade forex. So we are aware in our internal system, anything above 15 crore is taken care by SME, but anything below 15 is taken care by SBB, our lending team. We have specialists here who would like to talk on this product. And as I said, we'll be more than happy to discuss how we can take the relationship forward. Welcome again, and I would request Somekanta to take it forward. Thanks, Somekanta.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Sattar Ali sir. Now I would like to request the President to do the needful and tell few words, and then the product team will take it up next.
Thank you, Sattar Ali. Really, I am very happy today. So because of this pandemic time, so you have come out of various schemes. ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ನಮ್ಮ MSME ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ತಾವು ಮುಂದೆ ಬಂದಿರುವಂತದ್ದು, ಹೊಸ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ಗಳು ಬಂದಿರುವಂತದ್ದು ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಶಿಯಾ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ದಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಮ್ಮ I request all our MSME members to make use of this schemes and benefits. Really, I welcome again Rajendra Jai Kumar, Rajendra Panchal, Akshay Goel, Raju Singh, Yes Kumar, Sachin and Abhishek Tiwari for this important interaction meeting. So once again, I request all our MSME members to make use of this schemes and benefits. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot, sir. Tumba thanks, sir. So over to product team, please. Santosh and team, please.
Akshay is taking it forward. Akshay, good evening. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Akshay. I'm part of the small business banking department at Axis Bank. So in today's session, we'll try to explain what are the different loan products or other non-fund based loan facilities that we provide at Small Business Banking Axis Bank for MSME segment. So we all are aware that MSMEs are one of the very critical sectors for the Indian economy. They contribute about 30% directly or indirectly to the GDP of our country, and they employ a very huge number of people in formal or informal type of employment. And because the government recognizes the importance and the power that the MSMEs hold in driving the GDP of our country, that's why government has been with time and again launching different schemes such as interest subvention or ECLGS or other subsidy schemes to promote the businesses by these MSMEs. Same way, we at Small Business Banking Axis Bank also realize the potential this sector has for the country, and we try to provide end-to-end financial solution for industries, manufacturers, traders who form a part of the MSME segment. So at Small Business Banking, we try to provide all kinds of financial solutions, short-term, long-term, fund-based, non-fund-based for different MSMEs that across, and we try to cover the entire geography of our country while for these loan products. So we cater loan products for different business requirements, such as business expansion, working capital requirement for day-to-day operations of the business, maybe inventory funding, purchase of machinery or equipment for the businesses, purchase of commercial property, facilitating certain trade transactions, facilitating import and export type of transactions. So we try to cover all these types of business requirement through our financial solutions of small business banking. So we cater to different constitutions of the borrowers. We provide funding to individuals, proprietorship firms, partnership firms, LLP, private limited companies, trust societies. We try to cover be it any constitution that you might be running your business through. We try to cater specific solutions for each type of constitution. We give funding to manufacturers, traders can be wholesalers, retail traders, or service providers. We also do funding for self-employed professionals such as doctors, chartered accountant, and other qualified professionals also. So we try to cover the entire gamut of different professions and practice personnel for providing loan solutions. So we do funding to a host of a wide range of industries, all the industries, basic industries that you can think of, maybe chemical products, plastic products, metal products, food processing, medical services, textile, all the industries that we can think of are funded under small business banking by Axis Bank department. So today, coming to the critical part, in brief, I'll try to cover or try to highlight what are the different loan products that are catered or by small business banking department. So broadly, the products can be classified into secured loan products, unsecured products, corporate linked businesses, and trade products. So we'll go into details and see, spend a minute or two on each of these different loan products that we provide at small business banking. So initially we'll start with the secured loan products, fund-based secured loan products. So in fund-based secured loan product, the first and foremost, the most important loan product that we offer is called cash credit or an overdraft facility. So this is basically a working capital loan product. All the businesses, all or any of the businesses who are running some sort of commercial activity do need working capital for meeting their day-to-day business and operational expenses, such as paying salaries, purchasing raw materials, processing those goods, paying rentals, and day-to-day repair and maintenance of the machinery. Also, the loan product that is offered for meeting this day-to-day business operational requirement is working capital. We give working capital in two forms. We call it either cash credit or overdraft facility. In small SBB or small business banking, we offer working capital loans up to 3 crores, starting from 10 lakhs up to 3 crores to the borrowers. This facility is offered usually for a period of 1 year, and it is renewable after every 1 year. This facility, cash credit or overdraft, it's a secured type of loan product whereby the primary security of stock and book debt of the business is taken, and additional property collateral is to be offered. The interest rate offered on cash credit or overdraft facility is on a floating rate basis, and this is linked to the repo rate. So as and when the repo rate offered by the government changes, the interest rate on the cash credit facility also changes. The most important benefit of the cash credit facility is that it helps us save a lot on the interest cost. So when you're utilizing a cash credit or an overdraft facility, the daily utilization or the daily requirement keeps on changing. So the interest that is charged on a CC or an OD facility is linked to day-to-day utilization. The interest is not charged on the entire sanction amount. It is charged on basis day-to-day utilization of the facility. At Axis Bank's cash credit facility, the important features that we offer are, we offer loans up to 100% LTV. The maximum LTV that we can go on is up to 100%. When I say LTV, it means loan to value. So if a collateral property offered by a borrower is valued at, let's say, 1 crore, we can offer him a cash credit or an overdraft facility maximum up to 1 crore rupees, which is one of the best in the industry. The second important benefit at Axis Bank facility is there are no commitment charges. So there are a host of other banks who offer similar loan product in the market, but most of the banks charge a commitment fee against this facility. So there is a commitment fee attached to that based on the utilization of the facility. At Axis Bank, we do not charge any commitment fee to the borrowers for cash credit and overdraft facility. That is another important factor of Axis Bank overdraft facility. Third is competitive pricing, and the last is interest is charged only on the utilization and not on the entire sanction amount. In over, we also have other variants like the base that is assessment basis the financials, the profit and loss statement, the applicant. We also have other variants where we can do facility assessment basis GST returns or banking conduct of the applicant. The applicant need not submit his financials for assessment of facility. So there are a host of flexibility that we provide while giving a cash credit or an overdraft facility to the borrower. So moving from overdraft, another important loan product that we offer at small business banking is a secured term loan. So secured term loan is an term loan type of facility which is usually given to borrowers for meeting their capital expenditure. So capital expenditure can be in the form of like their purchase of machinery. Maybe if you have a business which is in the expansion phase, so all the businesses might need at certain stage a requirement for buying certain machinery. Maybe some applicant is running business from a rental premises and wants to purchase a commercial property to shift his business to their own premises, or maybe a general business expansion requirement. So all these types of capital expenditure can be funded, supported via a secured term loan. So in a secured term loan, there is a certain amount of equity that the applicant has to bring in, maybe 20-25% of the expenditure, and the remaining portion is funded via a secured term loan. So in secured term loan, there is a monthly repayment involved every month, fixed installment, as well as monthly incurred interest has to be repaid by the applicants. In SBB department, we give secured term loans up to rupees 5 crore amount, and the tenor of this term loans can go maximum up to 15 years. So these are also secured products in addition to the primary security or collateral security. Property collateral has to be mortgaged for the facility. So in as we saw in working capital, in term loan also we have variants where the income variant, we do the facility assessment basis the financials, the profit and loss and balance sheet of the applicants. And in surrogate products, we can also do assessment basis the banking conduct, the average bank balances maintained with in the current account of the applicant. So the maximum tenor for which the secured term loan can be offered is up to 15 years. The interest charge for term loan facility is again a floating rate of interest, and this interest is also linked to repo rate. So now there is another important variant of term loan called medical equipment finance. Now this is a very typical or a very special product. This is offered only to medical fraternity. When I say medical fraternity, it can be offered to doctors, individual doctors, maybe hospitals, nursing homes, pathology labs. So all those professions related to healthcare can be offered this particular product. This product is offered for purchase of medical equipment or machinery. So let's say if a doctor is running a own hospital and he wants to install an MRI machine, and we can support the purchase of this particular machinery by funding up to 75% of the purchase value of this particular machinery. In SBB medical equipment finance, we give funding up to rupees 5 crores under medical equipment loans. The maximum loan tenor for this product is up to 7 years. And the most important benefit of this product is there is no collateral security required up to rupees 3.5 crores while availing medical equipment loans. So only the machinery that is being purchased is kept as hypothecated as security to the bank. There is no additional property collateral up to that amount, up to rupees 3.5 crores that is required to be that's required to be given as a hypothecation or a security. So we can go up to funding up to 80% of the machinery value. So if a borrower is, let's say, purchasing a machinery of 1 crore, we can fund him up to rupees 80 lakhs against that particular purchase. So in addition to fund-based products, we secured products, we also do certain unsecured loan products at SBB. Most common and important product is a business loan. So this business loan is a collateral-free EMI-based loan, and because there is no collateral security required to be given by the borrower, it's a very ready source of finance and a very simplified documentation and a very quick TAT. So if there is an emergency or an urgent need of funds in a business, this is one of the easiest and the quickest way to avail funding and the simplest possible means. So in SBB, we do provide unsecured business loans up to rupees starting from 5 lakhs and maximum up to rupees 25 lakhs. The loan tenor is we can give unsecured business loans for maximum up to 3 years, and they have a very attractive fixed rate. This is a fixed interest rate product. Very competitive interest rates offered for business loan at small business banking. So the important features of the unsecured business loan are there is no collateral security required from the applicant. There are various flexible repayment option depending upon the convenience or the business need that can be offered. Pricing is very competitive, and as we say, 3 years is the basic tenor for which the loan can be offered, and to professionals such as doctors and chartered accountants, the even higher tenor can be permitted based on different product features. So in business loan also there are two variants. We can do an assessment, or we can offer business loan basis financial assessment of the applicant, as well as we can do it basis the banking assessment. So if you have an current account with Axis Bank for at least past 12 months, we can look at the average bank balances and the conduct maintained in this particular current account, and a limit for business loan can be assessed basis that particular banking conduct. So under banking conduct, we can offer up to 10 lakhs of unsecured business loans, and maximum tenor that can be offered is for 3 years. So another important product at SBB is called a merchant loan. So there are for all the retail merchants or retail traders who are running any type of merchant outlet, maybe a cloth store, maybe a pharmacy, maybe any other store of any other goods, who are using an EDC machine at their shops, at their retail outlets for the customers. We have a special product called merchant loan, where we do not look at the financials or we do not look at the collateral of the applicant. If you have an Axis Bank EDC machine and your customers are transacting on this particular EDC machine, we can deduce a limit or a eligibility basis the swipes, the daily or average monthly swipes on this particular machine, and offer a loan facility against these particular merchant swipes. So this hence this product is called a merchant loan, and we offer various types of loans against EDC machines. We can offer overdraft facility, we can offer drop line overdraft, we can also offer term loans against the merchant terminal or EDC machines. So in merchant loan, we can offer loans up to 50 lakhs on unsecured loans up to 50 lakhs against EDC swipe machines. And for if security, if the applicant has security to offer as collateral, the loan we can give, or the merchant loan that we can give, is up to 1.5 crore rupees. So this is a very important product typically for retail traders, retail merchants, where no financial documentation would be required. Very simple documentation and EDC machine of Axis Bank is required to avail this product, and eligibility assessment can be done basis the average swipes. So now I'd hand over to Abhishek to talk about the non-fund based products offered at Axis Bank.
Thank you, Akshay, for giving a detailed overview of the fund-based product offered by SBB team. I would like to start my session with a small given by my boss, Mr. Kumar Babji, who is the South Geography Head and heading the South Geography product sales team. Babji, sir, over to you.
Hi, good afternoon. It was a pleasure talking to all of you today. As you are aware, Axis Bank is one of the largest private sector bank in the trade finance module. And we offer a gambit of trade finance product to catering from small business teams to the large corporate or multinational companies. As we have a very ample products to cater the needs of the clients who are basically exporters and importers, such as letter of credit, both domestic and cross-border trade, as well as the bank guarantee performance, as well as advance payment guarantees. Okay. Apart from that, we have a robust mechanism of export bills collection, advance payment, handling of the transaction. This will help the exporters to speed up the receivables of their exports and a better cash flow. In the current pandemic, as we are all aware that this digital banking is one of the crucial factor for running our business. So Axis Bank is having a very utmost transaction banking modules on the digital banking side. We have a called Trade Finance Connect, which is an online platform. It helps us to credit all our inward remittances, export bills, import bill collection, kind of opportunities are available on the banking side. So I'm sure this Axis Bank is certainly will help to business growth of your SBB, irrespective whether it is a lockdown or it is a having a thin staff member. And this digital banking will help you the trade products, both funded assets as well as a non-funded assets, like a packing credit. If you have an export order, that can be applied through online, and the proceeds can be automatically will be credited to your accounts. And like advisors, Swift copy, everything will be available on the online. So I am sure my colleague, Mr. Abhishek, will take it forward. And also, we are happy to share few video links. If you can drop a mail to us, we will come back to you with a detailed module of the YouTube links on the various trade modules, and it will help you to understand in a better and improve your cash flows. and it will be a very useful session. Thank you all for providing such opportunity for us, and I request Mr. Abhishek to take it forward on the
Thank you, sir.
trade payment side.
A warm welcome to everyone. My name is Abhishek and I'm part of trade product sales team in Bangalore. Before I proceed my session, I would like to start a little bit introductory part on the FEMA and FERA. So FEMA came into existence. FEMA stands for Foreign Exchange Management Act, which came in existence in 1999. And before that, it was FERA, Foreign Exchange Regulatory Act. The reason why FEMA came into existence and why the parliament passed this act, because FERA was more into regulatory act, which was not dealing with the nitty-gritties of the issues faced by importer, exporter, and dealers who are dealing with foreign exchange issues. And that was the reason. And the second most important reason was our economy got opened in 1992. So that was the need of the hour. And that's how we are today. We are guided by the principle of Foreign Exchange Management Act, which deals with each and every transactions, whether it outward remittances, even a small transaction, and LC, BG, all these transaction foreign exchange, we have to abide by the principle of Foreign Exchange Management Act. Now coming back to the method of international payment, international trade methods, there are four methods through which international trade happens. First one is open account, where buyer has upper hand. Buyer is called as, buyer has more purchasing power. Buyer has more power in this method, where, and he has a strong credit history. So seller has to go as per the request and as per the terms and conditions set by the buyer. That's why it is open. So first, seller has to send the goods and then buyer makes the payment in that open account. Second one is advance payment. As the name suggests, advance, where buyer has a smaller role. Buyer has low capacity, you can say. Buyer has lower hold in this. And seller has the upper hand, where buyer incurs, in case the seller defects, then buyer incurs risk of seller's default. So that's why it is advance payment. They ask the payment to be the first method. First they send the money and then goods comes into the country. Third one is documentary collections. Here banks act as a collecting, you can say as a bank, as a collecting mechanism where document move from one bank to another bank. If I export, let's take an example. I am an exporter. I exported the goods and I will give the document to Axis Bank India, Axis Bank Bangalore branch. Axis Bank Bangalore branch will scrutinize the document and then they will transfer the document to overseas bank. Once the document reaches to the overseas bank counter, they will do the scrutiny, they will do all the checks, and then they will intimate the overseas party. He will come, he will make the payment, and then the documents will be released. So that comes under collection methods. But if you see all these three methods which I covered, one method has buyer has upper hand, another one has seller has upper hand, which is more or less, it is benefiting one party, which is not completely mitigating the risk of both party. Then the most important and most used form of payment method globally is letter of credit, which facilitates and helps both the party with equal risks and interest. So here neither seller is bearing the risk nor the buyer is bearing the risk. Both are equally. But why? Because bank is coming into the picture and bank is doing all the part on behalf of buyer as well as seller. So in letter of credit, how does the transaction goes? I will go into a little bit in detail. A letter of credit is a payment guarantee given by applicant bank on behalf of buyer. So let's say I'm a buyer, I approach Axis Bank for issuance of letter of credit. So Axis Bank will issue the letter of credit on behalf of me for to pay certain amount to my seller for a given specified time, which is mentioned in the LC terms and condition, as long as, please understand, this is the most important term because this is going to safeguard the interest of buyer as well as seller, as long as all the LC terms and conditions are met. So even if one terms and conditions are not met, we will not be making the payment to the other party. But payment will be made only in the such scenarios when all the points mentioned within the agreement and that is mentioned in the LC will be fulfilled. Then only the payment will be made. So that's why this is called as the most secured method of international payment. Can we go to the next slide, please, Akshay? Now we will talk about non-funded bus products, which is we covered letter of credit. Second one is bank guarantee. We provide all the, we have this bank guarantee products where we provide for inland bank guarantees, foreign bank guarantees, and we have been giving day in, day out for all the customers in Bangalore. So we have exposure also. Whenever if we want to give the guarantee to the foreign bank, we have bank line exposure also through which we can give the, we can take the exposure and then basis that bank guarantee can be issued. We have SBLC facility also where when we getting SBLC from overseas party, basis that we fund in domestic, we can give facility on the basis of SBLC we are giving from the overseas bank. So that facility is very well available in Bangalore also, and we have been giving this product to all our customers. Now I would like to take a little bit more about the buyer's credit product. Buyer's credit is a product for which is the beneficial for the importers who is importing and who is dealing into the, you can say, raw materials or capital goods. As per the FEMA guidelines, it says that importers who are into importing for the capital goods, they can avail buyer's credit for up to 3 years. Whereas those who are dealing in raw materials, they can avail up to 1 year, 360 days. So in short, buyer's credit is a short-term loan facility which is given by importer by an overseas lender, such as bank. We do have Axis Bank also has overseas presence. So we have Singapore, Hong Kong, Dubai, and Gift City, which has recently been opened. So we do have very competitive rate pricing from our Gift City Dubai branch, which is also called as a foreign entity because the location Gift City, whoever is opening a branch, that location is called as Gift City, and Axis Bank has very well presence over there. Now, recently RBI, not recently, I mean last, they have reduced the LIBOR total basis point. Earlier it was the ceiling of LIBOR plus 350 bips. Now they have reduced it is LIBOR plus 250 bips. And we are doing, we are issuing a buyer's credit product on the basis of SBLC backed funding. So when we issue the SBLC and basis that, we are getting import financing for the importers for maintaining of their working capital. So why this product is very beneficial? I will take a small example. I am a manufacturer of tire, which is in Bangalore. I have an office. We ideal in manufacturing of tire. For manufacturing of tire, I need rubber from Malaysia. So if I take Malaysian rubber, I need, for making a finished good of tire, I need rubber. And unless I get the rubber from Malaysia within timeline, I will not be able to make it a finished good. And unless I make it a finished good, I will not be able to sell and then pay to the bank. So that's I'm giving a cash flow management, how this product come into the picture and how it is beneficial for the importer. So let's say I have a payment term guarantee of 90 days between me and my exporter who is in a different country. I have to manufacture a rubber. I have to manufacture a tire for which I'm getting import of rubber from Malaysia. So I approach to the bank and say that I need buyer's credit for this product. So here, once bank will give the fund to the party who is in India, then he will be able to get the rubber from Malaysia and make a finished good. And in that way, he can maintain his working capital very smoothly. Otherwise, he will have to suffer, or he has to wait for coming from the Malaysia, the goods and part, and then making it ready and then sell it to the market. So that's why it helps to maintain the working capital cycle. It also, the most important, the second method is also because LIBOR is called as London Interbank Offered Rate, which is cheaper than domestic rates. That's why many importers always prefer to go for buyer's credit, because it is offered in LIBOR best linking rate rather than domestic rate. And it can be availed for import LC, which is under LC, collection, or direct import bills. So all can avail this buyer's credit product. Next slide. So these are the import point which I covered. Now I would like hand over this session to my colleague, Mr. Sachin Karamba, to give some highlights and showcase some points on the export finance. Over to you, Mr. Sachin.
ಗುಡ್ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕಂಫರ್ಟಬಲ್, ನಾನು ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಮೆನಿ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಶನ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮೋಡ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಐ ಜಸ್ಟ್ brief you now. Mr. Abhishek has are you able to hear me?
Yeah, it is audible.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, thank you. So as Abhishek has mentioned, related to imports and products on non-fund based limits, which he has told on the letter of credit and bank guarantee. Similarly, the vice versa of this is exporter, who is actually from India, who wants to export the products to overseas party. So in this case, what happens? The RBI has given the facility for the exporters as a promotional activity. They have given interest, subvention scheme for particular exporters who can avail the loan from the bank to procure their raw materials for manufacturing and paying the salary or wages. And for that purpose, if exporter is having some order to supply in, for example, within a 90 days of time, so he will approach the bank, and as per the credit assessment and the strength of the company, the sanctioning will happen, pre-shipment credit. And if a client, for example, he gets the order for $1 lakh to supply some finished goods like shirts to Singapore, so he before he starts the product to manufacture, he has to procure some raw material. Then there is a manufacturing process. Then finished goods within 90 days he will supply. In that case, the bank on the first day, when the order is produced to the bank, we will give the pre-shipment credit. As the name says, pre-shipment credit. Before the shipment, whatever the cost, to some extent, for example, if there is a $1 lakh, the bank will release up to $75,000 in rupee terms. We will credit to the working capital account. From then, the exporter will start manufacturing and he will do his finished product, and within 90 days he will do the shipment, and accordingly he will submit the documents to the bank, Axis Bank for example, and we will handle those documents. We will courier these documents to the buyer's bank at overseas party. So this pre-shipment credit to avail the particularly RBI has given even interest subvention scheme also in this case, which is till March 2021. There is a 3% subvention scheme is there, where you will get a rebate of 3%. For example, if there are two categories. One is in foreign currency you can avail, one in rupee terms you can avail. If you are availing a credit facility in foreign currency, there is you have the credit upfront, and the loan is booked in foreign terms, foreign FCY terms, foreign currency terms. And on the date of realization, when you receive the payment from the buyer to your account in foreign currency, there will not be any conversion. The whatever foreign currency you receive as for example $1 lakh, it will be credited to your account by knocking off our $75,000, the loan which has been taken on the first day. This is how the mechanism of pre-shipment credit works. And similarly, you can avail in INR also. The loan will be in rupee terms, and as and when the $1 lakh comes, we will convert that amount and knock off your credit liability with the bank. Similarly, there is a post shipment credit. Akshay, you can go to the next slide. Thank you. So there is a post shipment credit. Now, for example, you have availed packing credit, pre-shipment credit, and you have done the shipment. Post shipment, when the documents are submitted to us, you will tell that you have given the credit period of 90 days or 180 days to the buyer, overseas buyer. The payment will come after 180 days, for example. So what will happen, this pre-shipment credit, which you have already availed for $75,000, we will convert from a pre-shipment credit to post-shipment credit, because now we know that the funds for sure it will come on 180th day. So we will convert from pre-shipment to post-shipment, and the documents will be sent. The loan will be extended till the maturity of the amount which is going to come on a due date. This is called post-shipment finance. Here, for example, there are around 400, more than 400 items wherein exporter, based on the category of the small scale industries, they can avail this subvention scheme of 3% till March 2021. The scheme is extended. It's from last 6 years to 7 years. The scheme is being extended by RBI to promote the exporters to make more exports, so that the country is having more reserves, foreign exchange reserves. So that is the reason they are promoting, and this 3% you will get it upfront. For example, we are charging you for example 11% or 9%, like that, if the interest is fixed. And if you are eligible small scale industries to avail this 3% subvention, instead if for example 9% is there, you will straight away get the discount, and your loan what is being booked will be charged for 6%. So 3% deduction will be there. So this is the scheme is all about. As in when the sanctioning authority does the sanction of pre-shipment and post-shipment finance, you will come to know that you are eligible for this facility. Thank you. Thank you from Mama. Thank you. Over to you, Akshay.
We have Sachin, I'm going to cover this digital products.
Okay.
We have, as in the beginning, Mr. Babji sir explained about TF Connect products, which can be offered and which can be facilitated through digital mode. So we have this product, which you can see on the screen: LC, bank guarantee, import, inward bills, outward remittances, pre-shipment, buyer's credit, forward contract, all can be done through TF Connect, which is a digital platform where it is a completely paperless, where customer need not to visit the branch for a single submission of documents. So that is the best part of this product in this prevailing scenario, where we are just, you can say that really COVID has given us a tough time, where physical presence and going and submitting is becoming a difficult. That's how this product is very, very beneficial, where you don't have, all you need internet connections. So whether you are in Mumbai, Bangalore, London, New York, all you need internet connection. So suppose I'm on a business meeting in a different city, my office boy, somebody, whoever is here, I can get my pro forma invoice from my seller through mail. That seller mail I can download in internet, and then I can attach from my internet, from my laptop, across anywhere. So whether I'm in my office or home, that will not make any difference. So that's why this product is very, very beneficial as per prevailing situations which we are facing. And once later on, we can come to for the demo also, which is explained at the beginning itself. Me and Mr. Soumyakant will approach each one of the customers so that we can give our product in the best and give the live demo of the product at your convenient time and your place. Over to you, Mr. Soumyakant.
So my sincere thanks to the entire product team, and my Basava sir, Arsapa sir, you are there, sir? Hello. Hello. Jagdish sir. Hello. Hello.
Request speaker to unmute.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Panel chairman, Sri Suresh Agar to say few words.
yes, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to all Axis Bank team. So I'm very happy that a lot of your products are favorable to MSME. I'm very sure that the entire MSME fraternity support your product and make use of the benefit what you are offering to MSME. In this Foreign Exchange Management Act, FEMA, sometimes the FERA, the perspectives are different, and FEMA governs the foreign currency in India. Because we come across every day like exporters are complaining of some banks which are not favorable, some banks which are really favorable. Like that, there's some kind of anomalies in submission of the documents, especially the exporters. Because the money is parked in one particular place, that should be immediately credited to their account so that whatever the dollars variation that benefits is there, that would come to the customer. I mean, exporters. So that's the one, and the EBRC, this is a e-bank realization certificate. There is also some kind of again a differentiation in, bank to bank. Even if you could give me some tips on this issue, I would be happy about it. And then at the very outset, you said that there's some 3.3 crore MSME in India. But as far as statistics goes, there are around 6 crore MSME units existed in India, and we have provided employment more than 18 crore, and our export has touched around 45%, and GDP contribution is around 40%. Those are data what we got from the MSME department. And apart from that, this MSME now, lot of freshers, startup, are going to take place because a lot of engineering graduates have got a lot of ambition to do some kind of innovation, and because now we were Atmanirbhar, this says that we have to be dependent on ourselves, should not be dependent on somebody. So when you take that into consideration, especially the China import should be stopped and we have to start manufacturing on our own. For that, lot of youths to be encouraged, and they have to come forward and ensure that whatever we want, we manufacture it here. We need not import from China. So in that context, I request all the bankers, especially the Axis Bank, also the private bank, should come forward to help these freshers, startup people, because normally they will not be having any kind of a security to offer you. As you have already told, you got a lot of schemes under unsecured loan, without collateral. That's also very important for the startup companies. And another thing is the duration of sanction. Say today I want to start some project, which is very, very important, and I may look for the orders. I am having confidence to get the orders, but the finance part should be, speeded up. Otherwise, what happens, we may lose it, because circumstances nowadays is such that we require banking finance as early as possible to start our project and start production. And this, you are talking about the drawing power. There's a non-fund based working capital. We wanted to know the ratio of it. And third thing is that now this credit rating, because whether the credit rating is required, what is the limit of the loan? That particular category requires kind of a credit rating. One more point is that, I am told by our members that what are people who have avoided this moratorium, MSME units, I am talking particular MSME units who have avoided moratorium, their accounts have been uploaded to the CIBIL. So CIBIL says that we are defaulters. In such cases, I do not know how you, Axis Bank, take that into consideration. Because this is the facility given by the government of India. Accordingly, people have avoided, and now the banker should not say that when as per the civil your score is very low and we are unable to finance you and all that. I think that kind of thing should be removed because RBI has told very clearly in their guidelines that it should not be taken into the civil at all because it is a scoring agency. And then organization needs to leverage its key sources as far as MSME loan concern. And I'm very happy that entire Axis Bank team is very enthusiastic and your spirit definitely say that the MSME will flourish and you will help MSME sector and all means. I once again thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, sir, we have Mr. Rajendra Jaikumar, who's our national sales head. So, I would like to request him to tell few words before we wind up this webinar. Rajendra, sir, please.
Yeah. Good evening. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir, audible.
Good evening, and thank you so much to Sri Arasappa ji, President Karnataka Kasya, and all the honorary dignitaries on the dignitaries and President of the association, as well as all the delegates. Thank you, Satar sir, also for providing this platform. So, as it is explained by everybody till now, SBB Axis Bank has a bouquet of products to help and support all the MSME clients. Within the bank, we have different departments to take care of the requirements basis the client turnover and basis the client requirement. We cater to all the traders, manufacturing. Then we also have, for the export import, all the products have been explained. We are present across Karnataka. We are present in Bangalore. We are there in Hubli. We have a presence across Karnataka, and we will be very happy to service the customers. We will closely work with Kasya. Earlier also, we had some participated in some of your meetings when the pre-COVID. We will continue to closely work with Kasya. We will be happy to work out any joint collaboration in terms of giving special benefits to the customers, delegates of Kasya. So thank you so much. Thanks everybody for giving us this opportunity. I have my colleague Mr. Rajiv Singh, who is the regional head for Karnataka, who is in touch with Kasya. I also have my colleague Biren Panchal, who is the product head from the office. All of us together, we look forward for working closely with Kasya and providing any support and explore all the business opportunities together. So thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you so much, Mr. Swami.
Thank you, Rajendra sir. So, sir, Arasappa sir, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and thanks for your support till date. And special thanks to
Just a minute, our joint secretary has a new question.
Yes, please.
Good evening, Axis team. I just wanted a clarification. This IX credit is a scheme back in action. Just wanted an update because it was.
Abhishek, over to you. You can attend this question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bias credit is very well. We have been giving. So bias credit has started.
You give the bias credit 60 days, 180 or 360. What is it, sir?
So if it depends on the capital goods, if it is capital goods category, then we give up to 3 years. If it is non-capex like raw materials, then we give up to 360 days, 1 year only.
Okay. And regarding shipment credit, who is the concerned person? I have some requirements. So who should I contact for this?
Pre-shipment, sir.
Yeah. Who is the concerned person at Axis Bank?
Abhishek, I will take this question. Sir, good evening. It's Rajiv here. So what we're doing is, sir, Mr. Soumya Kantkar, he will be our one point of contact, our branch head. So any inquiries can go through him, and we will ensure the services taken.
So on the present,
sir, I request Axis Bank to share this PPT so we can circulate around to all our members. And if there's any requirements, they can get in touch with you. You can share this.
Yes, sir. I was seeing on the chat, few members are asking for the PPT. So we'll arrange a PPT. We will take a membership email IDs from them and we'll arrange for them.
No, Kasya will do that. So you
okay.
forward this PPT with the contact persons for each product at Axis Bank. So it will be great so that we will mark the emails to all our members. So we will circulate the information. Any other questions from Axis Bank?
No, we have a vote of thanks, sir. You have been quite supportive, and it has happened in a very quick note. And a lot of thanks and tons of thanks rather to Jagdish sir. He's been so cooperative and cordial to arrange this, and Mr. Rajneesh, who was the facilitator on this, and he has been very helpful to do the creative on behalf of us. So I have my number on the PPT, sir, for one point of contact. On the chat also, I'm just texting my number. So if there are any queries with regard to any product line, so what I will do is I'll personally meet all the clients, and then I'll take it up, and then I'll channelize to the respected product group, such that you will not have a pillar to post approach to find it out what are the solutions irrespective of the product lines or the queries what you are having right now. So thanks everyone, and thanks all my colleagues who are part of it and all the delegates, and Arsapa sir, and hope we'll arrange this kind of webinar very often. If at all there are any queries which you are not able to attend, please feel free to attend future webinars, and this will be only helpful for both the party, and it will be a great pleasure to join hands again with you. One more thanks, sir.
On behalf of CASIA, President Mr. Arsapa and office bearers and members of CASIA, I once again thank Axis Bank team. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you.